Welcome back to Yahtzee Tries, where I try to amuse by trying my patience. And my patience certainly was tried by our first game, Elsie. I'm sorry, game. I should be letting you impress me. Wait, I have a dash. I have a dash. I have a parry. Wait, what's that Internet Explorer symbol on the bottom for? I only just noticed that because I couldn't see it over all the fucking terribly cluttered backgrounds. Elsie is a 2D roguelike action platformer that successfully attracted me with some nice pixel art animation in the trailer and throwing out big words like hyperkinetic in the description. The actual game is very Mega Man inspired. You're a robot put together by an elderly scientist in order to defeat a bunch of evil robot masters. You jump, you dash, you shoot things directly to the left and right of you because you have a mystifying aversion to pointing your gun upwards, etc. And I can't remember the last time playing a game made my expectations nosedive faster. I can't shoot it. It's in a box. Explain this to me. Assume I'm Darkside Phil. I don't get it. Whoever made this game got some very talented 2D artists to work on it. Those artists did not work on the GUI. They spawned on top of me. Don't do that.
As a viewer, I like the backgrounds. I'm not sure I would like them as much as I was playing.
Really?
It is a lot.
Do you like the text that says pick one and the way it backs up against the background? Because I don't. Let's start with the love part of Tough Love. It's put together functionally enough. You shoot the bullets and the bullets go into the mans, and some of the art team were competent. The pixel art, the character portraits, and the backgrounds all individually look pretty nice. The problem is that all of those elements were then smashed together into a sort of hideous, cloying eyeball vomit. And this is overlooking the fact that the tutorials for certain key elements only showed up after I'd already encountered the elements in question, and that the attempt to turn the parry and riposte into a little mini rhythm challenge has the effect of completely slamming the brakes on the game's flow, and that's not what I think of when I think of hyperkinetic. Oh, font size is all the way down. What's with that? If it's too big, then everything breaks out of its boxes, so if you're using a typeface that slants to the right, don't put it against a backing that slants to the left at the top there. You know what I mean? It just looks dumb.
Oh man, Yahtzee, you're too small text, too cluttered backgrounds.
Well, look at it. What's with all the fancy schmancy glowing lights on the background? It looks like an error. It looks like one of those tile errors you used to get in corrupted NES cartridges. If I said to you, Nick, I want you to isolate this game's colour palette, getting it down to about 4 or 5 colours, the way we can break down Fully Ramblematics colour palette down to 4 or 5 colours, what would you produce?
Barf.
I don't want to be too cruel here, indie game developers need our support, but I'm trying to think of constructive criticism, and all I'm coming up with is break it all down and start again. Maybe play 20xdx for a while, and then make something not like it, because what's the point? We've already got 20xdx. Yeah, this is the visual equivalent of a Ubisoft Sandbox's gameplay design document. Some of your friends have new items in stock. Oh, perhaps I should stop this game and go talk to them. Oh. What is the point of having warning signs if you cannot see them because the screen hasn't scrolled down far enough?
Yeah, Creed, this game was heavily inspired by Mega Man.
Oh, is it?
Sure.
Horizontal, right, left, vertical, up, down, and they're all A?
What?
What? I did laugh when I saw the accessibility options let you change the background saturation, the blur, and the colour of the outlines around characters. It was like the developer saying, we don't have a clue how visual design works, but maybe you do. Let's cleanse our palette with the next game, What the Car? A pleasant, snacky little experience that actually seems to know how colour theming works. Oh shit! I continually move forwards like it's actually a car and I have to steer. What is this game? Now I'm a car with too many legs. It's a quirky game in the Katamari Damacy Donut County sort of area about completing unique physics challenges in a cozy cartoon world where you smash into little chirping NPCs with lethal force but no one's getting hurt and it's all in good fun. Now there's 2 bears holding up my car. Catch my friends. There! Come back. Now I've got a bear friend. Now here's a game that understands colour schemes. The premise, and this is what we call high concept, is that you are a little car with legs instead of wheels, and you have to complete an extended series of enclosed traversal challenges that all have slight variations on quirky thing with weird legs moving towards a goal. Maybe the car has very short legs or very long legs, or a jetpack or is a ball, or any combination of the above. Meow. Hey, I'm a pro. I'm the 1344th fastest player of What the Car. I think sub 16 is possible. Way! 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 And I've got to say, it is fun. It's fairly mindless, evidenced by the way I got bored of talking about it and spent most of the stream taking the piss out of Nick. But the fact that you can turn your brain off and not, say, get hung up on things like font size and colour saturation speaks to elegance of design. Random pickups, just like in Neon White. I can't wait to give them to an anime slut. Aha, take the road less travelled. I am good at this game.
No.
That was actually a speedrunning technique called fucking things right up the back passage. There were lots of little touches that made me laugh, like the horrible punny level names being read aloud by an emotionless choir, and the growling noises made by the endemic bears as they leap away from your bumper. Hey! Hey! Oh! Bloody goal! Come back here, you! Do you like bowling? What am I saying? You're from the Midwest, of course you like bowling. Oh, now we are the goal, and we catch the ball. Buff indeed. Criticise what the car if you like for looking like it belongs on mobiles and essentially being a sequence of mini-games, but it's often in the realms of the small and simple that some of the most exciting game design can happen. WarioWare games fucking rock, and none of them would be improved by adding gear crafting stations. Our next game is Grapple Dogs Cosmic Canines, sequel to the original Grapple Dogs, a 2D indie platformer about adorable cartoon animals in a simplified art style that makes everything look like it's made of fuzzy felt.
They're keeping it tight. There's a bad thing, you fix bad thing.
Wow, this game is really big on thick outlines, isn't it? The dog is snogging the rabbit, and they're going to have horrible dog-rabbit hybrid babies. You don't think dogs can jump? You've obviously never had to build a fence around your yard. It's a Yoshi's Island-style level-by-level collectathon affair with a plot that frankly takes up a little bit too much space in between the core gameplay, but it is the privilege of the sequel to start expanding the fictional universe, as this game does by adding a second playable character who just so shamelessly embodies the darker, cooler, edgier version of hero with a gun trope. They've even got the same fucking colour scheme as Shadow the Hedgehog. Okay, I think we're finally getting into some fucking gameplay. That was a whole lot of cutscenes to say you and some friends went to a magic world of adventure. Oh. I can't build up momentum. Oh, yes I can. The tutorial just wasn't ready for that. This might sound weird, but that didn't read as water to me before I jumped into it. That looked like clouds. Shadow the Grapple Dog. I'm afraid we're going to have to break it to her gently that we've already got a girlfriend. She's got a gun, she's got a black and red colour scheme, and she's got an attitude, and the game just crashed. I'm very fond of grappling hooks as a traversal mechanic, although I think they were getting a little overdone. Doom Eternal had one, and you know a mechanic's getting a bit tired when the AAA games start ripping them off. It's like when your dad gets into a band you used to like. So there's something a little bit quaint about naming your game after it. Oh,
you would 1000 play a Dark Fantasy game.
Oh my god. I'm not Shadow at all, I'm Knuckles. Better than the main character in every way.
You got a grapple and a gun?
I know. It's like, why is Tails the sidekick? He can fly. Oh, people are just doing this for the memes now. Every game with a dog in it has to have a pet control. But this dog doesn't like it because this dog's a hard ass. Gameplay certainly making the most of the traversal mechanics, and I could conceivably get into it. The music does kinda slap, but I'm turned off by the art style, making the environments come across flat and uninteresting. And I was having a little trouble mentally changing gears whenever I had to switch from one protagonist to another, swapping out one set of mechanics for another that's partly similar and partly different. Oh, this lady dog saved us, but it's not because she likes us or anything. Hey, there's our girlfriend. Now we've got something to snog. Now the goth girlfriend is the one who's going to be jealous, and she will lash out, and she won't understand why until she comes to terms with her feelings in the final act. It's polyamorous. I think this is the kind of sequel I'd have gotten the most out of if I had played through the original game first, had a chance to appreciate the story and mechanics before they get turned on their head by the addition of the super cool tsundere dog lady, but come on. Do research. What do you think I am, an actual journalist? Our final game this week is I Am Your Beast, a first-person action game from the people who brought us El Paso Elsewhere, continuing the trend set by that game of short-form level design, intense primary loop-focused retro-style 3D shooter action, and lots of interstitial story bits in which people with congestion problems growl philosophical threats at each other. Alright, let's kill some thugs. Yeah! I didn't even get past B. I'm gonna try again. Where are the knives? I need a knife. Rawr. Bleh.
Yep.
A story that seems to spend an awful lot of time going absolutely bloody nowhere. As far as I can tell from what we saw in the stream, it's basically the first scene of a Rambo movie where the Colonel shows up to try and talk him out of retirement for one last mission, and Rambo doesn't want to, except extended for about 20 levels and a 3-digit body count. I'm not very good at this. Damn it! Why can I not jump on that guy's head? Why am I so bad at jumping on heads? Oh, I fell down something. Let's try to get this jumping on someone thing sorted out.
There you go.
Worked. I don't mind this format. The actual gameplay sequences are short but highly intense, as I desperately dash from one lethal takedown to the next, and it makes sense to take frequent pauses to chat about where we are and blow our noses.
Shoot him in the head.
Be less alive. Oh, I fell down something again. I wish I could do a flying kick. I feel like a situation where a flying kick would have been nice. Kill no enemies. Piss off. What kind of game do you think this is, game? The first-person perspective adds to that intensity, possibly to a detrimental degree, but what really spoils it is when the game insists on giving you a lettered rank at the end of each level like it's Sonic the fucking Hedgehog. I wouldn't have minded, but there was literally a moment in the critical path where I wasn't allowed to continue until I scored an A rank somewhere, and it was only thanks to the chat that I learned that it's really only speed that counts, and playing for speed isn't as much fun as killing everyone. Christ knows we don't need to be going out of our way to make these levels any shorter. As I'd say, Yahtzee, if you want an A rank, don't bother with the bonus objectives, just book it. Well, I wish the game would say that. Okay, that was super fast. What do you think of that, game?
Bum. Holy fuck! Listen to Yahtzee. He's a smart guy. He says smart things. The game is not happy. It wants you to do it faster.
Well, suck my dick. At the end of the day, the primary loop saves it. It's just really bloody invigorating to burst into the scene, kill 5 guys by 5 different methods as they fail to land a single shot, and then sprint off to home base for the most explosive wank of your life.
This video is brought to you by Skismo Sideshow, the new twin-stick shooter roguelike with a circus theme that's not creepy at all. Well, maybe just a little bit. Enter this topsy-turvy world where you collect unusual trinkets to power up yourself and your eccentric hovercraft. Gather splintered dice, faded stamps, and mind-bending marbles as you dive further into Skismo's twisted domain. Featuring a hand-drawn art style, otherworldly creatures, and combat encounters so difficult that your controller will be creaking under the pressure. Hold on. I just got distracted thinking about that Queen David Bowie song. Din din ding 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 ding. Skismo Sideshow has a Kickstarter going live October 1st, so head on over to the link in the description or succumb to the terror of knowing what this world is about. Like the song. Money!
Money.
We like money.
Is paying and driving illegal?
Hey, do you want to play Infamous 2? No, you don't.
I'm getting into Marty's territory of fat cock, and I don't want to be there.
How do you get dick from Jonathan? You ask nicely.
Yeah.
And they say white people have no culture. Yeah, and the Nazis were pretty good before they started murdering everyone. Donald Trump is unelectable. 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 Donald Trump is unelectable, so let's go back to being sane. Call it Jethro Tull stepped on a biscuit. Hey Jesse, you're a huge twat.
All a kangaroo is a dog and a rabbit smushed together, is all I'm saying here.
And a dog, a rabbit, and a heavyweight boxer. With very large feet.